Hey guys, what's up? It's Josh. So for today's video, as you guys can see by the title, I wanted to talk about some different things you can do in order to get a guy's attention in any situation. I broke it down into 3 because if you are past the first point and you're already at the third point, or you're in the first point and you've never been to the third point before, there's so many different things that I want to tell you guys, and things that I think would be valuable for you guys to know that guys notice when they're talking to you. So I only came up with 3, so the video's not too crazy, but if you guys like it, give it a thumbs up. If you're new to my channel, subscribe. And with that being said, here is the first way to get a guy's attention in any situation. So the first situation that I came up with is you've never met that other person before and you walk in somewhere and you see them and you want to get their attention. The first thing that comes to my mind is smiling and eye contact. I think that those things are definitely the top 2 when you don't know somebody and you're wanting them to notice you. I think that once you make eye contact with them, it almost got a little bit more intimate in that moment, because now you realize each other, and then whether or not you decide to stare at them or look away or whatever, you can do whatever you want. But that's the first way that I think is really good to get a guy's attention, is look at them and make sure that they actually make eye contact with you so that they realize and notice that you're there. So now that you've made eye contact with them, I think that the next thing you can do is just be relaxed. Be in a situation where if that guy was to get up or walk around or come over to you or want to come and talk to you, you almost give them the opportunity to do that when you look like you're just hanging out. If you're in the middle of something that's super important and you can't be relaxed, then that's something different. But if you're in a situation where you're just kind of hanging out, then I think that that shows them if they did want to get up and go and walk over and talk to you, that they could. I think that another good tactic in getting a guy to actually walk over and talk to you is to make it look like you're bored. If you're hanging out with a group of friends and they're all talking and you're kind of off to the side, I think what happens to guys is they kind of think oh, that girl's not part of the conversation, so this would be a good time to walk over and talk to them. I think that that's kind of how we think. That's the first way that I came up with in order to get a guy's attention and actually start having a conversation with him if you want to. So moving on to the second scenario, which is you see the guy every once in a while. That maybe you walk into a coffee shop and he's there every once in a while and you kind of like him and you want him to notice that you like him. One thing that I think you can do is try to do something that's unique, something that they're gonna remember every time they see you. Maybe it's a perfume you're wearing, or maybe it's a sweater you're wearing, or maybe it's something that you order that's really different, that's cool, that they've never heard before. I think that when you give that person something to remember from that day or from that time that you see them, I think that's a really important part of getting somebody's attention. And when maybe you see them at that coffee shop again, you guys have something to talk about. And that kind of leads into the next thing, which is be approachable. Be that person that if they want to come up and talk to you or say something or say hello, they have the opportunity to do that. One really good way in order to get a conversation started is to ask them for help. Whether it's maybe you're doing something with homework, or you're walking into the coffee shop and you don't know what to order that day. One good way to figure that out is to just ask that person and see what they're ordering. That just shows that you're approachable and you're somebody that they can walk up to and talk to. If you can do those things and you see that guy every once in a while, try to be in those same places that you know they're gonna be, and then have little conversations with them. All right, the last scenario is you're talking to this person all the time, you know them really well, but for some reason it doesn't feel like they actually understand that you like them. One really good way in order to kind of get that message across is following up with them or keeping in touch with them after you have conversation. This really shows that you're caring about the things that you guys talked about, and you're caring about that person by texting them out of nowhere, and maybe they weren't thinking of you, but now because they see you on their phone, it kind of shows that, hey, why is this person texting me right now? And I talked to them earlier today and they're asking me this question about what we were talking about. I think that another thing that also goes on top of that too is when girls are mysterious. I think that when you're talking to this guy all the time, if there's things that he doesn't know about you, those are definitely things that are gonna keep him asking questions and hanging out and wanting to find out more about you. So I would say follow up with them, keep in touch with them, be mysterious. I think that taking it slow is also a good idea, because then you get to figure out what kind of person they are or what they're into and all of that. But ultimately, you want that other person to know that you are single. So if there are different ways that you can kind of get into conversation about you don't have a boyfriend, or you like doing this and you wish you had somebody to do it with. These are different conversations that you can have that are really sneaky, that let them know that you're single. And then eventually when they start asking you questions about what kind of person you would go out with, and then you guys notice that you guys are supposed to be together, then maybe you guys will end up together. I don't know. Make sure that they know that you're available. And I think that if you do talk to that person all the time, they'll start getting the hint, and then they will know that you like them. So those are 3 different scenarios that I came up with, whether you're in the first one or the third one. All of these things you can try doing. I think that it's fun to like go through these different situations where like you're trying to get a guy to notice you, or guys trying to get a girl to notice them. These are scenarios where like it's always different and it's always changing. It's always interesting to like find out information like that. So I hope that this video helped you guys out. If it did, give it a thumbs up. Let me know in the comments if like you've done any of these before, or let me know if you're in a situation where you're trying to get the guy to notice you. I know all of you guys watching this have guys chasing after you, so let me know in the comments what's going on. And with that being said, I love you guys so much. If you want to see more content, subscribe to my vlog channel, and I will see you guys as always next Saturday in next week's video. Bye! Bye.